The wait is finally over. Heartland fans around the world can breathe again because the question that has haunted them for months has finally been answered. Heartland Season 19 is officially coming to Netflix, and the release date is locked in. This is not just another television update. It is the return of one of the longest-running family dramas in history, a series that has carried people through joy, heartbreak, and healing for nearly 2 decades. For millions, this is not just about a show hitting the streaming library. It is about coming home. Think back for a moment. How many nights did you spend scrolling through social media, hoping for a whisper of confirmation? How many times did you rewatch old episodes, clinging to the world of the Bartlett-Fleming ranch because there was no word on the next season? That long silence made every rumor louder, every guess more desperate. Fans from Canada to the farthest corners of the globe were united in one question. When will Heartland return to Netflix? Now the answer is here. The guessing is over. The long ride of uncertainty has finally reached its destination, and the feeling across the fandom is electric. But let's pause and really ask, why does this matter so much? Why has Heartland, a Canadian family drama that started quietly back in 2007, grown into one of the most beloved series worldwide? The answer lies in its heart. At its core, Heartland has always been about family, resilience, and the unshakable bonds between people and the animals they care for. From the very first season, when Amy Fleming discovered her gift for healing horses after tragedy struck, the show became something more than entertainment. It became comfort, a reflection of life's struggles and triumphs, told through stories that feel deeply personal. Season after season, viewers have grown alongside Amy, Lou, Jack, Tim, and the rest of the Heartland family. They have celebrated weddings, mourned losses, endured heartbreaks, and embraced victories as if they were living them themselves. That is why the series has lasted for nearly 20 years. It tells real human stories with honesty and warmth, and it makes every fan feel like they belong to that family. So when Netflix confirmed that Season 19 is finally arriving, it was not just an announcement. It was a release of months of tension, a promise that the story still has more to give, and a reminder of why this show means so much to so many. But what exactly can fans expect from this season? How did Netflix play such a crucial role in turning a Canadian treasure into a global phenomenon? And why has the long wait made Season 19 one of the most highly anticipated chapters yet? The answers to those questions will take us deeper into the legacy of Heartland. Let's unravel the journey that led to this moment and explore why Season 19 is not just another milestone, but a celebration of everything Heartland stands for. To understand why Season 19's arrival on Netflix feels like such a victory, we need to step back and look at how far this series has come. When Heartland first premiered in 2007, few could have predicted the journey ahead. It began as a story about a teenage girl finding her place in the world after tragedy, but it grew into something much larger. It became a multi-generational saga about family, healing, and the passage of time. Each season added new layers. Each character arc reminded fans that life is both fragile and powerful, filled with moments that shape who we are. Heartland became a companion to millions. Families watched it together across kitchen tables, in living rooms, and even across continents thanks to Netflix. Parents introduced it to their children. Grandparents watched it with pride. Teenagers saw themselves in Amy's struggles and triumphs. That connection transformed a Canadian drama into a global phenomenon. But with that global reach came a challenge. Netflix brought Heartland into homes across the world, yet the release schedule often tested fans' patience. Some regions got new episodes sooner, while others waited months, sometimes even years, for the same content. The waiting became part of the fandom's identity. Fans gathered online in forums, Facebook groups, and fan pages, sharing theories, piecing together clues from interviews, and holding on to every shred of news. This wasn't just about watching a show. It became a community-wide puzzle. Would Netflix release it in the spring, or would it hold until the fall? Would licensing delays keep fans in suspense longer than expected? Every guess carried weight because the silence was unbearable. And that silence built something powerful. It created bonds among fans who had never met. It fueled late-night conversations, sparked fan theories, and gave rise to online friendships across oceans. Fans weren't just waiting. They were building a shared legacy of hope and speculation. Season 18 had ended with emotions running high. Hope, heartbreak, and unanswered questions lingered in every fan's mind. And then came the void, that quiet stretch where no official date was in sight. Some feared the worst, whispering that Netflix might push the release too far. Others clung to optimism, believing the announcement would come any day. The uncertainty turned every rumor into fire. A leaked photo from the set? It became a signal. A cast interview? It became a clue. A vague comment online? It became hope. The fandom lived in suspense, knowing that whenever Netflix confirmed the release, it would feel like a tidal wave of relief. And now, that wave has finally crashed ashore. Netflix has spoken. Season 19 is real, the date is set, and the countdown has officially begun. But what does this reveal truly mean? Why is it more than just another set of episodes appearing on a streaming platform? And what deeper promise lies behind this long-awaited confirmation? The answers reveal why Heartland Season 19 is not just television. It is history in motion. When Netflix finally confirmed the release of Heartland Season 19, the fandom erupted. Social media lit up like wildfire. Hashtags surged. Fan groups that had been silent for months suddenly overflowed with excitement. It was as if the entire global community let out a collective breath they had been holding. This was not just news. It was validation. The endless waiting, the countless rumors, the restless speculation, it all led to this moment. Fans could finally circle a date on the calendar and know with certainty that the Bartlett-Fleming family was coming back. But the announcement carried weight beyond relief. It was a promise. A promise that Amy, Lou, Jack, Tim, and the rest of the family still have stories left to tell. That the struggles, triumphs, and tender moments that have defined this show for nearly 2 decades are not finished. That the ranch still has life. And it is important to remember what this represents in the bigger picture of television. Very few shows survive as long as Heartland. Even fewer manage to remain fresh, authentic, and emotionally resonant. In a world where new series rise and fall in the span of a single season, Heartland has endured. Not just endured, it has thrived. Season 19 is more than a continuation. It is a milestone. It proves that family-centered storytelling, rooted in love, resilience, and connection, still matters. At a time when flashy trends dominate streaming platforms, Heartland stands tall as a reminder that simple, heartfelt stories remain timeless. But the reveal was more than symbolic. It had a tangible emotional impact. Fans who had rewatched old seasons during the long wait now felt rewarded. Newcomers who had just discovered Heartland through Netflix suddenly found themselves caught up in the excitement of being part of the community at the right moment. Longtime fans who never gave up hope felt their loyalty had been recognized. This is why Heartland is different. It is not just a show you watch alone. It is a shared experience. Every fan who reposted a behind-the-scenes photo, who speculated about storylines, who refused to let the conversation die, they all kept the spirit alive. And Netflix's announcement felt like a reward for that persistence. But the reveal also sparks new questions. What exactly will Season 19 bring? How will the story evolve while still honoring the legacy that fans cherish? And what themes will rise to the surface this time, making this season stand apart while still feeling like home? The answers lie in what makes Heartland unique. Its ability to grow, to change, and yet remain rooted in the values that first won over fans. Season 19 carries that torch forward, and it promises to do so in ways that both comfort and surprise. Season 19 is not just another return to Heartland. It is a renewal. It is a reminder that this story still has more to give, and that the bonds at the center of it all remain as strong as ever. Fans can expect everything they love: sweeping ranch landscapes, the warmth of family moments, and the emotional honesty that has kept viewers invested for nearly 20 years. But this season will also carry something deeper. It will highlight renewal, passing the torch, and exploring how the next generation steps forward while still honoring the past. The younger members of the Bartlett-Fleming family are stepping into bigger roles. Their choices, their struggles, their victories, these will shape the direction of the story. It is not just about remembering where the family has been. It is about envisioning where it will go. This sense of legacy has always been central to Heartland, and now it will shine brighter than ever. But true to its nature, Heartland will not shy away from hardship. Season 19 will bring tough decisions, moments of loss, and emotional crossroads that feel achingly real. That is what makes the show so enduring. It mirrors life in a way that resonates. It reminds us that growth often comes through pain, and healing is never simple, but always possible. And at the heart of it all are the horses. They remain the symbol of trust, patience, and resilience. Every moment with them reflects the larger truth of Heartland. That healing takes time, but it comes. That love is not always easy, but it lasts. That family is not just blood, but the bonds we choose and nurture. For longtime fans, the arrival of Season 19 on Netflix is a victory years in the making. For newcomers, it is an invitation into a story that has already touched millions. Together, both groups now share the same moment, the countdown to a new beginning. Think about what this release represents. It is not just another date on the calendar. It is proof that loyalty matters, that patience pays off, that a global community can carry a show across borders and keep it alive through sheer love and devotion. So mark the day. Hold on to the excitement, because soon the ranch gates will open once more and the Bartlett-Fleming family will ride back into our lives. The waiting game is over. The silence is broken, and the legacy of Heartland continues. Heartland Season 19 is officially streaming on Netflix, beginning on the confirmed release date. The moment fans dreamed of is finally real. After all the speculation, after all the whispers, after all the endless questions, we have arrived at the truth. This is more than a premiere. This is history in motion. The story carries on. The family returns. The journey continues.